Hello, geek fans. This is Geeks at the Movies. I'm lead writer here, Jacob Desitels. I'm going to be doing another book review. This time, it's Star Wars: Moving Target, a Princess Leia adventure. This is the last book in this trilogy for Journey to the Force Awakens. The first two were about Luke and Han. I already did a review of those two. This is the last one, obviously, about Princess Leia. And unlike the other two, this one takes place after Empire Strikes Back. The first two were after Episode 4. And this one has a lot of setup for Episode 6, because it's about the Rebel base that they need to set up prior to Episode 6, so they can take out the new Death Star. So it starts off with Princess Leia learning about Second Death Star from Admiral Akbar and the other people involved with the Rebel Alliance, and she's commissioned to go on this mission where she just get together with this ragtag group of people who are all specialists in certain kinds of areas, and they have to act as bait for the Empire, so the rest of the Rebel Alliance can set up this new base that they're going to have. So right here is her group. You got Kitty right here, Marcha right here, Antrot, and Neednub, who you might remember from Episode 6. So they have to go aboard the ship called the Melcrawler, and they have to go to all these different planets to set up these communication devices so they can get in contact with all these people and have them join the Rebel Alliance for a short period of time. But I want to say this is my favorite book out of the three, and I was not expecting that, because I like the first two so much, especially Luke. I really like Luke Skywalker's book. But going into this one, I was actually kind of bored at first, because it started talking a lot about, the battle plans and everything, and I was like, all right, this is kind of boring. But then once Leia got together with these group of people, and they went to all these other different planets, I was like, this is really interesting now, because the other two books, they're all in like 2 locations at most. And then this one, they go to like 5 or 6 different planets, so it really made it feel like Star Wars because of how big and expanded it was. And another thing I really liked was the characters. Just like the story of this book, I wasn't really thrilled with the characters at first. I really did not like these group of people at first. I thought they were just kind of annoying, and they were kind of caricatures of themselves. But then, as the story went on, you really get to feel for these characters, and you get to like them a lot. And especially Amtrot and Marcha, they're really funny characters. And Neednub, he's the most comedic of them all. In Episode 6, you don't really get to know a lot about him, but in this one, he plays a key role, so you get to see a lot more of him, you get to learn a lot more about him. And what they did with Leia in this book was really interesting, because they go deeper into her character, and you get to find out that she kind of hates being, the Princess Leia, because all these people are dying to protect her. They're really sacrificing their lives to make sure that she's safe. So she's kind of feeling like the survivor's guilt. So that plays a really big role in the story. And Marcha right here, he's kind of like this general, I guess, and he's another person that sees his only role in the Rebel Alliance is to protect Princess Leia, and he will sacrifice himself if he has to. So all of that was really great to see, just them fleshing out this character, Princess Leia, that we all know and love. But another thing that I really liked was pretty much how brutal this book is, because it's really more violent than the previous books. And you don't really think about Star Wars as violent, but if you think about it, it is kind of a violent series of movies, especially in everything in Jabba's palace in Episode 6 with the pig guard getting ripped in half, and it's a pretty violent series if you think about it in the right way. And they actually go into that in this book, with Princess Leia, and you put all that together, and it makes kind of the perfect Star Wars book. Great characterization, an expanded universe where they go all these different planets, and you put in some badass violence. And in Princess Leia, she was she was really badass in this. She's like taking out stormtroopers pretty much on almost every planet that they go to. So I really like this book. I would definitely recommend picking it up. As with the other two, they're not in any particular order, even though this one takes place after episode 5. But you don't need to read the other books, so I have to read this one first. So I would definitely recommend picking them up. And I forgot to mention actually that all these books they have connections to The Force Awakens. That's why they're under the banner Journey to The Force Awakens. And this one had the most blatant connection to that movie, because I actually won't give it away because it doesn't come until the end, and you don't really have to search for it, just because they pretty much say it right out. This is the connection to the movie. So definitely go pick this up if you're a fan of Star Wars and you want to know more about Princess Leia. Go pick up the other two books. They're all really great. But this has been Geeks of the Movies. I've been Jacob Desitels. Have a nice day.